Meet the woman with the longest legs in the world. Here is Yekaterina Lysina, the woman with the longest legs in the world. If you want to know more about her and also meet some of the tallest people in the world, then make yourself comfortable. Let's get to it. Number 7. This beautiful girl's name is Yekaterina Lysina. In 2017, Yekaterina got the Guinness record for having the longest legs in the world, with 4 feet and 4 inches, or 132 centimeters, and became quite popular in Russia, her natal country. When Yekaterina was young, realized she could take advantage of her height, which is 8 feet and 6 inches. So she began playing basketball, until one day she was dragged to play for the national team of Russia. Along the way of her successful career as a professional basketball player, she won a lot of prizes, such as a bronze medal in the Olympics, a silver medal in the Basketball World Cup, and gold medal in an European Cup. Currently, Yekaterina is a famous model in her country, with more than 200,000 followers in her Instagram account. Number 6. Brock Brown is considered the tallest teenager in the world. His height is 7 feet and 8 inches. His odd height is caused by Sotos syndrome. It consists in a genetic disorder which is also known as macrocephaly. There is no cure or treatment for this condition. His family figured something was odd with him when they noticed his height was greater than the other boys his age. When he was in primary school, he was already 6 feet and 2 inches tall, and when he began high school was above 6 feet and 7 inches. If he continues with this growing rate, Brock Brown might get taller than Sultan Kösen, currently the tallest living man, with an astounding 8 feet 3 inches of height. Number 5. Meet Robert Waldo, the tallest man in the history of the world. He was 8 feet and 11 inches tall. Robert's story is quite curious. His parents were average height, and they suddenly realized that their son was going to be incredibly tall. When he was barely 5 years old, Robert already was 5 feet and 4 inches tall. He wore teenage clothing although he was a child, but that's not all. When he was 8 years old, Robert exceeded the height of his father with 5 feet and 10 inches, and when he turned 17, he was 8 feet tall. Robert's outsized stature was caused by pituitary hyperplasia, a rare condition that affects the growth hormone. Nevertheless, he was never treated with any drug. As you can imagine, Robert's condition made it difficult for him to move and live normally. He passed away at a very young age, on July 5th, 1940. When he was only 22 years old and 8 feet 11 inches tall. Number 4. Manute Bol was a very interesting basketball player. He played for very important NBA teams during the 80s and 90s. As you can see on these videos, Manute stood out for his impressive height and his odd thinness. He was 7 feet and 7 inches tall and 91 kilograms. He was among the tallest players in the NBA. Manute was only surpassed by the Romanian George Mureșan, with a very tiny difference. Along his career as a basketball player, he was known as one of the best defensive players in the NBA, although he was not a very offensive player. In 2010, Manute passed away, but he's still remembered for his unique appearance. Number 3. Can you imagine not finding a pair of shoes that fits you? Well, that's one of the problems of Brahim Takula. He held the Guinness record at the world's largest feet. His left foot is 38.1 centimeters, and his right one is 37.5 centimeters. In fact, his feet are so large that his orthopedician designed special shoes that can carry his weight and feet size. Brahim was born in Gulman, Morocco on January 26, 1982. Currently, he is the second tallest man alive in the world. He is 7 feet and 11 inches tall. When Brahim was 18 years old, underwent a blood test by a doctor that noticed that something was odd. He grew 3 feet and a half in just 1 year. The blood test showed that Brahim suffered acromegaly, a rare condition that affects the growth hormone, caused by a tumor in his pituitary gland. In 2006, he began his treatment and his life has improved a lot since. Number 2. Meet Morteza Mirzad, the tallest man in Iran. He's 7 feet and 11 inches tall. When he was 16 years old, he already was 6 feet and 3 inches tall. Then he was diagnosed with acromegaly, affecting his growth hormone. Nevertheless, he began his treatment immediately, and now he's a very healthy man. Morteza wanted to be a basketball player, but he suffered a bicycle accident and caused severe injuries in his pelvis. Sadly, his left leg is not growing anymore because of the accident, and it is around 15 centimeters shorter than his right leg. But that didn't stop him. he became a sitting volleyball player for his national team, Iran. He's the tallest player in the history of Paralympic Games. No doubt he's an example of passion and effort. Number 1. Sultan Qasim, the tallest living man. He was first measured by the Guinness Records back in 2009 when he was 8 feet tall, but that didn't last, because 2 years later they measured him again and he reached 8 feet and 3 inches. Sultan's stunning height is due to the acromegaly condition, affecting his growth hormone. Nevertheless, he became quite famous for being the tallest living man, which allowed him to benefit from a free surgery to stop his growing rate. He is happy working in his family farm. He says that his height is useful for his chores in the house, such as changing a light bulb or reaching for things in the barn. That's not it. Qasim also possessed the Guinness record for the largest hands in the world. His hands are 27.5 centimeters. Surely it helps for his chores and work to be a little bit easier. That's it for today. Remember, no matter your height or physical appearance, everyone is unique and interesting in their own way. If you like this video, please share.